The government never lets a crisis go to waste. So we have this horrific, again, it's an indescribably horrific event that happened, that transcends politics, that happened in Uvalde last week, okay? But everyone has made it about politics. And what is everything about right now? It's about taking away the guns. We have to make sure more people can't get guns. We have to take away guns from certain people, et cetera, et cetera. Here's Joe Biden, very confused on high caliber weapons, low caliber weapons, 9mm, et cetera, et cetera.
And they showed me a x-ray. He said a .22 caliber bullet will lodge in a lung, and we can probably get it out, may be able to get it and save the life. A 9mm bullet blows the lung out of the body. So the idea of these high caliber weapons is that there's simply no rational basis for it in terms of about self-protection, hunting. And remember, the Constitution, the Second Amendment, was never absolute.
Okay, first off, let's do the last line there. I addressed it on Friday. That is absolutely a lie. The Second Amendment is absolute. And yes, when the Second Amendment was codified in the Bill of Rights, the average person was allowed to have a cannon. There was nothing that said that they couldn't, okay? The idea was that you could have a well-formed militia that could stop government tyranny, stop government overreach, okay? That's just a lie, and he just keeps saying it, and nobody stops him in the media, okay? The media is not too good either. I know you all get that. The other part of what he said in a very mangled, confused sort of way there was a real escalation in terms of what the Democrats are doing on guns, because in essence, he's supporting a ban on 9mm handguns. First off, these are low caliber weapons. This is not a high capacity weapon. These are handguns. Now it's interesting because Justin Trudeau in the clip we just showed you earlier was talking about banning handguns. And now you have Joe Biden in essence saying the same thing. Now he may be confused, I suppose. Every time he says something, you don't know if he means it or they wrote it or he's just going off the cuff or if he literally has no idea what he's saying. But he is suggesting a ban on 9mm handguns. These are not AR-15s, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where Joe Biden is at with this whole thing. Here's Press Secretary Jean-Pierre talking about the age limit related to buying assault weapons.
The average age of suspects at school mass shootings is 18. Would the president support raising the age at which someone can buy a gun to 21?
So the president was very clear about this just recently when he said that in his remarks just on Tuesday that it doesn't make sense for an 18-year-old to legally buy an assault weapon. And so he made very clear on Tuesday after he landed from Asia and had to deal with such a devastating news that happened in Texas.
Okay, so first off, as I just noted to my guys as we were playing the clip, it's just so obvious that all of the people, basically, except for Peter Doocy at Fox, that are sitting in the White House press conferences, they're just plants. They're government plants who ask the exact questions that they want, that the administration wants them to ask. Now, as far as this 18 to 21 issue and the age of the people who are mass shooters, because we obviously have a mass mental health problem in this country, and we also have an issue with young men and a society that wants to throw these people away, especially if they're young, straight, white men, is there some discussion to have related to the age limit when buying a gun? There probably is. There probably is. Does it make sense that you can't drink at 18, but you can go to war, right? The voting age, all of these inconsistencies related to all of these things. So is there some discussion, perhaps, that 18 related to your full, your brain health and all of these things, your brain maturity, is there some discussion to have about that? Of course there is. Now, the problem is that because the left never stops, you can see them making the move right now. Now we're going to stop a certain set of people from getting guns. And we're going to start talking about that handguns will be moved. And we're going to ban all assault weapons, even though we're not exactly sure what those are. All of these things. This is where I am so sympathetic to people on the right who years ago maybe I thought were more extreme in a certain degree, that if you give the left an inch on anything, if a crisis happens, and then you negotiate in the midst of that crisis, they will just keep coming and coming and coming. Show me one instance where these people ever stop.